What's going on, everyone? How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fantastic. And in today's video, we're taking a look at Storm King, also known as Varian from World of Warcraft, by GDTOYS and BROTOYS. Let's get into it. Oh, right, the mail's here. Yo, he's gone. Let's party. Yo, Mikey, you want some pizza? Radical, dude. Hey, Kakarot. What's up, Vegeta? Today's the day I will finally defeat you.
Everyone, back to your places. He's coming.
DudeRetro toy reviews. And here is the packaging for Storm King from BROTOYS. As you can see right there, it is pretty much Varian from World of Warcraft, but they're calling him Storm King. But yeah, so this is the front of the packaging. You have the cool Alliance logo right there. 18 plus. I don't know why it says ages 18 up, but it does. Nice side view right there on the box. So you have the logo of the company. You have a nice shot of the figure right there. Looks really, really cool. Says it's 1/12 scale. And on the back of the packaging, it just has this little choking hazard, warning, legal information, and all that. Don't swallow any pieces, you know, all that good stuff. And on the other side, it has another shot of the figure. And so, yeah, that is the packaging. So let's go ahead and open this figure up and let's check them out. And here is the Storm King out of the packaging. And dude, look at this. Look at this thing. Look at it. Look at it, how awesome this thing is. Look at all the freaking detail in this. The cloth cape right here. You got the fur up here around the hood. You got the fur right around like the gauntlets on the belt. Like, this thing is sick. I love this. This is so cool. I love this so much. This is so much better than I thought it would be. And I thought it was going to be sick just looking at the pictures online. This is so much better than that. This is so much better in person, like in hand, holding it, articulating it, just kind of messing around with it. It's so freaking awesome. Look at the detail in that head sculpt right there. Look at that. Look at the detail in the armor. Let's get a good close-up shot of this armor here. Like, look at all of that detail. Like, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. And you even have here, that right there. And this is textured. Got the belt right there. This is a cloth material as well. The pants are cloth. Get the boots right there. There is so much detail in this. The painting, the texturing, the sculpt, everything. It is just an amazing, beautiful figure. This is probably one of the coolest, like most detailed figures that I have in my collection right now. And I have some really cool stuff. And this is probably the most detailed. Like, and from a distance it looks good, but when you look at it in person and you start noticing all the little sculpted detail, it's just beautiful. This is such a beautiful figure. Love it. And one thing about this head sculpt right here, and I want to go ahead and show off some of the features of this. So the head right here, you can actually remove it and it connects with a little magnet right there. So it's not like hard to put on or take off or anything. Look at that head sculpt. And if you see the eyes right there, if you look around on the back, you'll see those little triangles right on the back of the eyes. You do get this little tool right here, and you do get like a little triangle peg right there on this little piece. And you plug that into the eyes. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this on camera just because it's going to be really difficult. But if you plug that in, just like that, see if I can get it on camera. You can see the eye is moving as I'm moving that peg around, I can actually put the eyes in different positions. So that's really, really cool that you can do that. The only thing about it is once you start doing that and messing with the eyes, then you're going to be fighting with getting the eyes in a position where it looks good, because you don't want one where it looks kind of off to the side just slightly, or maybe it's looking up just slightly and it looks like he's a little cross-eyed, or he's got some eye problems. So trying to get the eyes in the right position, it's going to be difficult, but that is something that you can do. So let's see if we can get him maybe looking off to the side a little bit. So he is kind of looking off to the side just a little bit. Like, see what I did there? He's going cross-eyed right there. So yeah, you can mess with the eyes and play with them. Actually, it looks like he's that eye right there is like whited out, like he's got some battle damage to it, and he lost his pupil. All right, so that was that. Let's go ahead and get into the articulation of him. So the head here looks up that much, it's down that far. You got some head tilt there. And then in the arm right here, the arm goes up that high. The arm does go, will it go all the way around? Yep. Arm goes all the way around. There is a bicep swivel. And then in the elbow right here, it goes up about that far. So it's almost 90. It probably would be more, but because of the sculpt of the gauntlet there, the gauntlet does kind of get in the way and spins all the way around. Movement right there in the wrist, just a little bit. The sculpt of the gauntlet right here will kind of get in the way just a little bit. It'll hinder some of the movement there, but not too much. Now in the waist right here, you do got cut right here, right at the abs. So you got some swivel right there. You got nice back motion, forward crunch, pretty decent. There is a swivel at the waist as well. There is some really nice tilt right here. So you get a good range of motion right here with the cut right here and up here in the torso area. So really nice articulation there. So right here in the legs, the leg will kick forward about that far. Kick back. How far does it go? Goes back about that far. There is a thigh cut up in there. Now this is cloth pants, so there is a thigh cut inside. And the pants do not get in the way of that articulation. There is a, feels like a double knee joint, but because of the sculpt of the boot right there, it only goes about 90 degrees. There is a swivel right here in the boot, which is really nice. The foot doesn't really go down much, but that's because of the sculpt right here. It's kind of preventing it. Up, you're not getting any up. And as far as the ankle pivot, you get a little bit, but not much as well. Just the sculpt of the boot right here does get in the way of some of the articulation of this foot. So that does suck. But still not bad articulation. But there is a swivel in the foot. So that is the articulation with this guy. Pretty good articulation. He is wearing a big bulky piece of armor, so the armor does kind of limit some of the articulation, but what he does have is still really nice. Now, this armor is removable, at least some of it is. The shoulder pads are removable. The cape is removable. Like the cape, let's see how it looks with the hood up. So you can move the hood up over him, and this is like a wire that's going through the hood. So if you really want to mess with it, you probably could get it to look right. Not really being able to do it on camera, but you probably could mess with it and maybe get it to look somewhat decent. Right now looks kind of goofy, but you can do that. There is a wire going through the cape as well. So the cape, you can bend it and kind of mold it to whatever kind of flowing position that you want. Now, I did say that the armor is removable, so let's go ahead and remove the armor. So I just got the one shoulder pad removed. It's not too easy to do. This little strap right here is bendy. It does have some elasticity to it. You do kind of have to pull on that and pull it down. The arm, getting it off around this big gauntlet right here was a little challenging, but you can do it. So that is that right there. And if you look right here on the cape, you can see it's got these little straps, little black straps. I don't know if you can see them too well. Get it in the light just a little bit more. You see these little straps right there. Yeah, so you just pull that off, and then there you have it. That right there, that's the back. There is a magnet on the back, so he can have some of his accessories on his back. And there you have it. There is the cape and the shoulder pads completely removed. So pretty cool to see that. I do like that you have that ability to do that. If you want to post him and do some cool shots of him without that on, you can do so. And if you are worried about ripping these straps or breaking them, you do get some extras. You get a little baggie that has some more straps in it. So if you are worried about snapping any of those, or maybe breaking some of these rings that go around the ends of those little elastic bands, you do get some extras. So you don't have to worry about it too much. So that's really nice that they do provide that. Now that we've gone over all the detail and everything, let's go ahead and get into these accessories. So first up, for accessories, you do get some alternate hands here. You get 2 fists, and you also get 2 sets of like grasping hands. This one is a little more like the fingers are closed in a little bit more, whereas this one, his fingers are kind of pointed out. Like he's almost like pointing at you in a weird, creepy sense. You, of course, get his sword, Charlemagne. Now, this is really sick. Let's look at the detail of this thing. Let's get a nice close look. Look at that blade. Really, really sick. And you got this little clear flame inside there. That, man, that looks so cool. That looks sick. I cannot get over how much detail is in this figure and the accessories. There's just so much love that was put into this. So cool. And there he is holding it. He can hold onto the sword, no problem. Doing the shake test, not falling out. Really nice. So he does hold onto it and he gets a nice, good grip on that. And of course, Charlemagne can be split. Now he gets 2 alternate swords. This is not this sword. This one does not separate. You get 2 other swords where it's been split in half, but you do get those. I do like that you have that option. So really sick. If you want to have him dual wield Charlemagne, you can do so. And one thing that is cool with it is you get this cool little like fire effect thing. These are little clear plastic pieces. And what you can do is you can take this one here, take that out. You can put one of these in. You can have it where the flame's going that way, or flames going that way. So really cool. I do love that. Looks sick. And of course you can move it so the flame's in different positions. And then while talking about the sword, you also get this right here. And this is like the sheath that it goes into. And it has a little magnet on the back of it. And if you remember when I took the cape off, there is a magnet on the back of Varian. So you can take this thing right here and just whoop, goes right in place. Zoom out just a little bit more. And let's take Charlemagne, and you just drop it in there just like that. And then you can have it off to the side, have it whatever position that you want. That looks so freaking awesome, man. You can go straight up, over to that side. Whatever side you want to do, you can do that. So that is so cool. I love magnets. I love that this is like a thing that figures are starting to use a little bit more. A lot of these companies are starting to use magnets more often. And it is just awesome what you can do with these. So sick. Love that. And then while talking about magnets, you also get this little bag right here. And when I first got this, I wasn't sure like what you're supposed to do with this, because none of the hands really hold it too well. I mean, you can maybe get this one here to hold on to it. So I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I guess that's cool. But then I started thinking, I was like, well, I guess you can take this off and you can have that on there if you want. Looks kind of goofy, but I'm like, all right, whatever. And then started taking this, because once I realized there was actually a magnet on it, which I didn't know until I was actually messing around with the figure and I had the accessories really close to each other on the table, and this thing and this actually stuck together. And I was like, well, that's interesting. So then it kind of got me thinking, is there any other magnet that's on this figure that's hidden? So I started doing this, kind of going all the way around, trying to figure out where it's supposed to go. Because I was like, it has to be a way this goes on him somewhere besides on the back. And I could not find a magnet anywhere. And I'm like, where does it go? Even on the back, like nowhere. And then I looked on the promo pictures online and I noticed they had it sitting right there. There's a magnet right here, and it's hidden so well, but man, does it look good once you get it on there. That looks so cool. There's not one on this side. I thought maybe there is one on each side. I've tried on this side. Let me move that arm out of the way a little bit. Tried on this side. It's not sticking to anything. So there's just one magnet on that side right there. So that's still pretty cool. It took me a while to figure out where that was supposed to go. And then lastly, for accessories, you do get this awesome base. Let's zoom in on this so you can see more of this detail of this thing. You get this awesome base, and this is like a clear plastic. It's painted yellowy. I don't know if it's supposed to be like some blast or a splash effect or anything from like some elemental attack. I'm not sure, or if it's supposed to be some like rocks. I don't know what that's supposed to be, or maybe it's just like yellowish water, brownish water. I'm not sure, but you do got that right there. And this is the back. Really nice painted detail of those rocks. Looks really, really cool. So much detail in this, and there is no magnet on this. I've tried. I've not been able to find that there's any magnet or anything on there. You just set that down on the table just like that. You can take his foot, kind of have it up there. So there you have it. There is Varian, where he's kind of stepping up on those. Looks kind of cool. You can do some really cool poses with that thing, but that is a really cool base that you get. Let's pull out the measuring tape here. And he is standing about 7.5 inches tall. Pretty good height, especially if you want to try and fit him in any of your other like 7-inch scale figures. He will look really good, especially if you're not a fan of World of Warcraft and you just want a really cool knight figure in your 7-inch scale collection. He will look really good. Now for World of Warcraft, let's see what he looks like next to the Star Studio Garage Hellscream. That looks sick. I love seeing those two together. That is awesome. Now here he is next to the Mithril Action Studio Thrall figure. Like, this is so cool. I love this so much. These World of Warcraft third-party figures are looking sick. I love it. I love it so much. For somebody who played the game for so long, seeing this and having this in a good action figure form, it's just so cool. It is so cool. Let's get Thrall out of the way. Now let's move him off to the side just a hair because I'm going to be bringing in a big figure. Now there he is next to the BROTOYS Illidan figure. And that looks really cool. Illidan is a really tall character in the World of Warcraft series, so this is probably accurate. I'm not sure if it's completely accurate, but I don't care. It looks sick either way. Let's get him out. And if you want to compare him to a NECA movie turtle, there he is next to the movie one, Leonardo. And there he is next to the Secret of the Ooze Shredder by NECA Toys. And so yeah, this figure does look really cool next to other action figures that are in the 7-inch scale. So you can really put him in other toy lines if you want. So that is it for my review of Storm King, also known as Varian. This figure is sick. This figure is amazing. I love it. It's everything that I would want in an action figure, pretty much. Like, it's just so good. It's got everything. So much detail. The sculpting is amazing. Comes with plenty of accessories. Comes with a cool base you can stand him on. Articulation's pretty good. It's got cloth goods. It's got wiring in the cloth goods. Like, it's just got everything. I don't really have anything negative to say about it too much. If I had to say anything, I would say that the articulation in the elbow, I wish there was more. He doesn't even bend his elbow to 90 degrees. So that is one thing that does suck. That is one thing that I did kind of not like too much when I was trying to pose him. But other than that, this figure is fantastic. I love it so much. I am so glad I have this figure, and I'm so glad I pre-ordered it because he is actually sold out. I got him on 5K Toys, and he is sold out. I don't know if he's available on any other website. I'm going to try and look, but if not, I will provide at least the link to him on 5K Toys. So if you want to keep it open as a tab and just refresh it, maybe they'll get a restock. I don't know. So that is it for my review. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm DudeRetro, and I'll see you next time.